Hello again, everyone. This is Brian with bsntech.com. Today I'm going to bring to you the final episode of the rain barrel system. I have now upgraded the system so it now has 12 55-gallon drums, so it has a total water capacity of 660 gallons of water. In addition to that, I've also made a couple other changes so that I can actually make compost tea on a larger scale and put that right into the rain barrels, so that way it can be delivered directly to the water for the plants. That way it all mixes together and it will have a 1 part compost tea to 3 parts water mixture. So let's go ahead and look at some photos and I'll show you how it works. Alright, and you can see the full system up there. There are 12 55-gallon drums on a raised platform. They are raised up to be just underneath the gutters. The reason for this is because it allows for pressure when the water drains down into the PVC irrigation system. If I just set these directly on the ground, I wouldn't have nearly as much pressure. Right now the barrels are about halfway full, so there's about 330 gallons of water. I actually had to use some duct tape and I taped up some downspouts on the house roof. And so that hopefully now about 1 inch of rain will fill this up. I have a 24 by 24 foot garage, and all of the rainwater from that goes into these barrels. And then I have one downspout from the house that is diverted over to the garage roof, and then that delivers water from the garage roof, which is probably about 50 by 24. Now down at the bottom you can see I have 3 barrels. This is the new addition. This is for the compost tea. I have 3 55-gallon barrels, and then on the right hand side I have a trash container, and you can see that I have them all connected by PVC pipe. You can see it under there. And then what this does is this barrel right here receives water from the rain barrel system. Right here is a valve that I can turn on and off, and then this one here is a master valve that separates 3 rain barrels from 9. So I can close this, and the idea here is to drain all the water from 3 rain barrels down in here, and then this container is filled with all kinds of goodies, as you can see, and then it will slowly trickle through there, and then as it goes through, it goes down through this PVC pipe, and it makes the level with all 4 exactly the same. So after the 3 rain barrels up here are completely emptied, then all the water will be down here and it will be compost tea. So it's basically free fertilizer. Now this trash container is open at the top, and I have a little bit of compost tea in there. There it is. And the idea here is to put a small pump in here, and actually it's right here. This is the small pump. It's just a small 1/6 horsepower pump, and then I just connect it to this hose. So there's the hose, and then when I turn it on, it will pump all the compost tea from all these barrels, and it goes up and it drains into that barrel up there. So it will then refill those 3 barrels with some compost tea, and it will be delivered directly in with the irrigation system. That way it prevents me from having to go through and manually fertilize everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how this is done. First of all, I will want to go ahead and close this. That way it seals off the rest of the water from the rest of the system to ensure that only the water from these 3 barrels up here, there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3, will be sent down here. And then I'll go ahead and turn this pipe, and I'll let the water flow. Now I like to keep this at more of a trickle instead of going full blown, because if I let it go open full with the ball valve, then it may not get enough tea, or it may not mix as well. So this is going to take probably an hour or so to do, and then I'll be back, and then we'll start pumping this back up into the barrels. Well, let's take a little break now, and I wanted to answer a question that I had some viewers here. They were questioning how good is the pressure of one of these raised barrel systems. So right here is one of my garden beds. I have peas on the left-hand side, which is why I have some chicken wire fencing. And then I have two different varieties of broccoli and cauliflower here on the right-hand side. Now, if you notice, look at the PVC pipe here. This is a main run. This is 3/4 inch, and then it goes into another ball valve, and this is 1/2 of an inch. So this line here feeds directly into the rain barrel system, which is just all the way back there. So it runs all the way here. This is probably about 30 feet of pipe up to this point. And then all I have to do is wherever I want to do the water, I just turn it on. So let's go ahead and turn that on. And then it's going to start flowing. Now keep in mind that the rain barrels are only halfway full right now, so the pressure won't be nearly as good as if it was all the way full. Now if you notice, this PVC pipe goes all the way up there, which is about 20 feet, and then it wraps all the way back around where the peas are at. And then it continues over here where I have some onions and some cinder blocks. See, look how long that run is. There's probably 30 feet of pipe right there. And then there's another 20 and another 20. So you're looking at a good 80 feet of pipe. Now here's a perfect example. You can see the flow of the water. It's just perfect for a drip irrigation system. Now I will leave this on for only about 5 minutes, and I think 5 minutes is more than sufficient to provide the water. Okay, it's had a little bit of a chance to go ahead and percolate through the leaves and the other dead plant materials for making the compost tea. So we'll go ahead and show you now how you just basically pump it right back up into the rain barrels so it's delivered right through the irrigation system. I've only given it probably about 10 or 15 minutes, but you can see just how quickly the container here has filled up. If you remember just moments ago, the container was much lower than this, and now with the pump that I have down here, I pump in some water, or excuse me, some air, and then I also circulate it with an aquarium power head, and then it makes this nice bubble frothy like mixture. But you can see here that I have the hose, and I also have the motor or the pump down in there. So now it's just a matter of plugging in the pump. And there it goes. Now it's being taken from here. You can see the water level going down. Look how fast that's going. And it's pumping all the way up into that first barrel there. So then I will make the compost tea with the rainwater. And you can see that I have this 2-inch PVC pipe that is connecting all the barrels underneath. And my ball valve here is still closed until I completely finish this whole process. So that's the completely done rain barrel system. I can't think of anything else that I can add on to it, and it's perfect for my needs. This again is Brian with bsntech.com, and thank you for watching.